Okay, we have it in our sight. Fire. Boom.
Yes. Welcome to Mayday Media. Fire. Boom. I mean, that's probably what he needs to be thinking. What's going on in America? Because it's fire and boom here in America. Things are pretty bad. And I think Donald Trump has him a new 13 million for a pool coming up. I think I might have a story on that one.
Three major forces are ramping up for a late 2026 food price shock. Okay, the worst spring drought on record, Israel and the US, their stupid venture into Iran, which already has created a global fertilizer supply chain issue. And then we have energy costs, diesel in particular. Those costs get embedded into every step of the food production process. And actually, as far as major forces, there's another one that's expected. That's El Nino. So send this to your spouse, to your loved ones. This is your warning. If you want food security, stock up now. If you want a discount, stock up now. Consider a freeze dryer. Get into canning. Get into gardening. Learn how to properly store rice, beans, honey, salt. Grab as many cans of beef and sardines as you can afford. Will the wealthy be impacted? Yeah, but not as much as those living paycheck to paycheck. This incoming economy, the stage has already been set. Things could actually get much worse, but it's already in play. As it stands now, you will feel the impacts even more than the impact that you're feeling right now. Why do you go put gas in your car? Now is the time to stock food, learn skills, and prep hard, people.
People overlook popcorn. Popcorn's a pretty smart thing to put back. You can put a lot back for a little, and it's good to eat. You know, kids love it, people love it. It's not filling or anything, but you know it can get you through some tough times. And like I said, it don't take much to store it, and a little goes a long way. You know about popcorn. There's also another thing, mulberries. You can plant them pretty easy and they grow pretty easy. There's a lot of wild mulberries. Don't forget about mulberries. There's all kinds of little things to prep up on. What we got here.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Bill Gates is saying that if you don't get your digital ID by 2028, you're going to be isolated from society. If you don't get your digital ID. I mean, I don't know how you feel about digital ID. I think it would take away the whole problem with us, you know, having to need ID everywhere we go. But, you know, some people are religious and they think it's like the sign of the beast or whatever. But Bill Gates is out there telling you that if you don't get a digital ID by 2028, you're going to be isolated from society. Have you looked at Bill Gates lately and his physical health? And everything he has participated in the last 3 to 4 decades and the money that he's invested in. And I mean, we don't even bring up the farmland anymore and what that was all about. Bill Gates. Remember Epstein and what Epstein said in those emails with him and his wife and, you know, needing that special ointment to get rid of that special thing.
See what this guy's got. This is a long one, looks like.
Deep into right now that just led me down a path of waking up. And waking up for me started something simple, like what's the Federal Reserve? What do they do? How are they founded? That's odd. Other central banks, let me look into the past. Let me look at, how this was founded. Okay, it started with a bank panic. Why was there a bank panic? And then, you know, you lead through the history, you get through the New Deal, you get through the Bretton Woods Agreement, you get into the Nixon shock, you get into Reaganomics, and then you walk through NAFTA and Glass-Steagall and the SEC margin rule change of 2004, and then you work all the way up to Citizens United and COVID inflation, and you think, wow, has this nation really just been on this path for a century? I make this content, guys, because I feel we are headed toward clear economic authoritarianism.
Heading, well, we're already there. You just think of an animal that's been attacked and it's hit its jugular, and or it's just been hit with maybe somebody hit it with a bow, shot it, whatever, but it's on the ground and the blood is coming out and there's less and less, but the heart's still beating, so it thinks it's still alive. That's kind of where we are right now in America. Okay, that's like a good way to sum it up. Uncle said just buy a reliable used car like we did. I showed him the market. Decent 2015 Honda with 140,000 miles, $14,000 cash. Back then I paid $4,000. Adjusted for inflation, that's still cheaper than today, by the way. Yes, it is. Whew. Goodness, what we got here? There you go. See what this says.
Families are flooding back to food pantries across the country. In Baldwin Park, California, dozens of cars lined up Wednesday for a food drive co-hosted by the LA Regional Food Bank. In Pittsburgh, a pantry A.J. Owen started out of his front yard last fall has expanded into a program that will stay open through the summer.
We're going to do this until we can feed all the kids this summer. Nobody's going hungry this summer in Pittsburgh.
Americans in neighborhoods large and small are pitching in. Prices are rising faster than paychecks now. For the first time in 3 years, Wissam Youssef, a father of 5, first turned to a food pantry in Carrollton, Texas when his wife was out of work a year ago.
I always pick up the healthy food. Like example for this, the lentil here.
But he's had to keep coming.
So, to feed your family,
Yes.
Are you relying on a place like this now?
I could say 65%, yes.
65% of what
Yeah.
you need is coming from a place
Exactly,
like this?
because at the end of the month, we kind of like now living check by check, you know what I mean?
Are you making difficult decisions right now at home on where you spend your money?
Of course, I have to look for the cheapest place now. Like sometime, I never used to go to Dollar Tree. Now I go to Dollar Tree.
This section used to have all of our canned meat.
Casey McMahon showed us the empty shelves that usually hold canned chicken or tuna, protein sources that are in high demand. The average family that used to need help for 8 to 12 weeks, he says, now needs it for closer to 7 or 8 months.
So you noticed people relying on you not just for a month at a time to get through, but
Right.
a longer period of time.
Yeah, I think when folks think of food pantries, they think of an immediate crisis that brings someone to the doors. What we're seeing is a long-term crisis. Things are just not adding up at the end of the month.
No, they are not. Like, where's our checks for all this AI shit? Why is everything more expensive? Gosh, could it be inflation? We don't know. Yeah, we know. We know what the problem is. I mean, I assume that we're just going to let it all crack and break. Somebody else is going to figure something out, I suppose. So is Donald Trump, what I showed you with Donald Trump, is he going to, do you think that that guy is going to save you?
There was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one? Are you kidding?
Well, how about this?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1.
Hey, does that give you any ideas? Like, subscribe, help me out. Thank you.